Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. I'm going to demonstrate how to make this little mini wallet. Now it's not meant to hold a lot of stuff, but it's something that you can attach to your keys if you want to. You just need something quick and you run out the door. Well, let's look at this one first. This one right here, if you look up here at the center, this is where you would put a loop to hang it onto your keychain if you wanted to. So this is what it looks like without the loop. Now this has a plastic snap closure, but you can use any type of snap that you like. And here is the opening right here. Now on this blue one over here, if you look at where I have the loop, this one here, this lobster clasp, has a D-ring attached to it. It came that way. It's made by Dritz, and I found this at my local Walmart. Then over here on this green one, this has a keychain with a lobster clasp, and I also found this at Walmart in the craft department. Okay, let's get started. I'm now going to show you how you can quickly draw your own heart shape. So you'll need a piece of paper that is 6.5 inches wide and 5.5 inches high. So this is the 6.5 inch edge here and here. You want to bring your two shorter edges together and fold it in the center. Then up here on your left hand side where the fold is, come down 3/4 of an inch and put a mark. Then over on this other side, come down 2.5 inches and put a mark. Take a ruler and put it right at the mark over here and point it down towards the corner and draw a line all the way down. Take a circle that you may have, a lid from a jar, and I'm going to place it over here where the 3/4 inch mark is. I'm going to place it right there next to that mark and a little ways down from the top edge of the paper. And then trace around it. Now when you get about to the top edge at the middle, just move the circle a little bit down towards where the 2.5 inch line is and continue drawing the circle. And now cut it out. And when you unfold it, this is what it looks like. Now take a larger piece of paper and fold it in half. Take your heart shape and place this straight edge on the folded edge of the paper and line it up. And then trace around it. From this little corner right here, go over 1 inch and put a mark. Take a ruler and you're going to draw a 1.5 inch square. So place your 1.5 inch mark on the line, this line here, and go around to the 1.5 inch mark on your ruler. And then turn your paper a little bit and then finish drawing the line. Then after you've done that, draw 2 little curved areas here in those 2 corners, and then go ahead and cut right on the drawn lines. This is what it looks like when you're done. Now, you don't need this piece over here, so I recommend you just cut it off. So just go straight across to the other side. From where your center fold line would be, go over about 1/2 inch and put a little mark, and then over on this side here, about 1/2 inch and put a mark. This area here is left open, so you do not stitch over it. This is where you turn your little wallet front side out or right side out. All you need is a fat quarter. So you just cut your fat quarter down to 2 pieces that are 7.5 by 11.5 inches. On just one of your fabric pieces, fuse your fusible interfacing on the wrong side of the fabric, the not so pretty side. So go ahead and fuse it on. Now bring the right sides, the prettiest sides of your fabric together. Take your template, and I transferred mine onto cardstock because it's easier to trace around it. Go ahead, place it on there, and then trace around your template. Then pin your layers of fabric together. Stitch right on top of your drawn lines all the way around. To cut it out, you can either use a rotary cutter, straight edge scissors, or pinking shears. If you're going to use straight edge scissors when you're cutting it out, you need to make sure, especially on your curved edges, you do little clips all the way around your curved edges on all of them. Then in your corners here, you want to go straight in to the corners on both of your corners, and up here at the top where the little dip is. Even if you use pinking shears, you still need to use your straight edge scissors to do those little clips in this little corner and then the two other corners here and here. Then after you've clipped it, then reach into your opening here and turn it front side out. So after you've turned it front side out, reach inside where your opening is and just push all of this out. You want to make sure it's nice and even there, and then press everything flat. At your opening, turn your opening edges inside so that it's even across here, straight across, and press that area too. So after you have the edges folded in, put a few pins to hold in place, and then stitch across here, closing your opening. To make your loop, cut a piece of fabric that is 4 inches long by 1¼ inches wide. And then flip it over to the wrong side of the fabric. At each end, fold the edges over about 1/4 inch and press it with your iron. Then fold this over where it's folded in half and press. Then take your iron and folding these edges over about 1/4 inch towards the center and press it. Then fold it in half and press again. And then when you're done, you just stitch right straight across. Take your loop and fold it in half, and it's going to be placed right about there. Then fold this over in half, and then I recommend you use clips to bring your layers together all the way around. Now you're going to go down to this corner and you're just going to stitch real close to the edge, about anywhere from 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch, not too long. And then come over here and stitch close to the edge all the way around. And then again go over about just 1/2 inch or so, just a little ways, and stitch back and forth. Fold this over. Take a straight pin and stick it around in the middle and go through all the layers of fabric. Then put a little mark right close to the pin, and then lift this up and put another mark. If you're using a plastic snap there's probably this little piece here that comes with it, and this is what you use to poke a hole. So just stick it right in through there and poke your hole. Go to the other little mark right here and do the same thing. Poke a hole in there. If whatever snap you decide to use, just follow your package instructions. Sometimes you'll buy a package of snaps that don't really come with instructions. So if you have that, if that's your situation, here is how you do a plastic snap. You select 2 of these. So here they are. Each of these will go on each side of the snap. So there's this piece here where a snap goes and this one over here. Then you pair each one of these with one that, I'm going to try to show it on camera, that looks like this. It lifts up in the center with a hole all the way through it. You put that with one. Then you have this one here with a hole in the center, and the edges are lifted up and kind of rounded. So that's how you do it. So it doesn't matter which one goes on which side. It's just that you want these paired up together. So I'm going to do this side here. So I'm going to take this piece here and put it in through the hole underneath here on this side. Put it all the way down. Then take the other part and put it over the top. And then it'll come with a tool that looks like this. And you're just going to slide it underneath where the snap is. And center it underneath there. I'm sorry if my hand is in the way. So center it underneath there. And squeeze as hard as you can. Okay, so that's one side. Now flip this over. Take the other one that looks like this. Put it in through your marked hole area. And I'm going to flip it over. Take this one and place it on top and push it way down. Then get your little tool again, place this into it, and again squeeze really, really hard, really press it hard. And then when you're done, like on this one that's already done, it's got a different color, go ahead, fold it over, and there you go. Now you can make these out of any of your cotton fabrics that you like, using any prints. It doesn't have to be a little mini wallet. You can even use it as a little gift card holder and give it to someone who's been nice to you. If you are interested in other beginners sewing projects, scroll down below your YouTube screen to the description section. Then click on the word more, and that section will expand open and you will see a variety of links going to some of my other tutorials. Now don't forget to follow me on Instagram and make sure you check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.